be a fun topic to talk about today. The Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Now, I know I talked about a fight last time and it didn't really go off really not good at all. In fact, it was probably one of the worst fights. But still, hey, I was entertained by it. And I'm speaking about the Boogie 2988 versus Wings of Redemption fight. You all remember that one, I'm pretty sure. Well, we're at it again. This time, I feel like, this I don't know. You know what I'm just gonna be doing? I'm just gonna be like speaking on what I heard from you all, and also what, in my opinion, of what's gonna go down with the Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Theory, remember, it's all theory. I don't know what the script is, if there is even a script, but could there be a script? Could be. Honestly, there's a chance, but also there's a chance that Logan Paul just poked the bear. So already, people, people aren't really thinking about this, but here's one interesting thing I like to bring up is that, like, I tell people, like, yeah, but don't you know for the past, I don't know, couple of years, probably a year or two, yeah, I think 2 years now, Mike Tyson has been, he has his own podcast called the Smoke Box or the Hit Box, something like that, and where he gets high with his guest, smokes weed, medical herb, legally, not illegally, legally. So, but the thing is, it's like when you think about that, some people, and you tell some people that it's funny because some people right away go to thinking, oh, he's probably weaker now because he uses smoking drugs. But what a lot of non-smokers don't realize is that you can actually there's a good reason why pot is illegal when it comes to sports and sports. People in sports can't be using pot while playing the game or even while training for the game because it's such an enhancement. It's like what people don't realize is you can use pot in a way like to not have it be focusing on the munchies. You can use pot in many different ways, but there's one way the athletes could use it, and it could basically push their enhancements. Basically, like instead of working out for an hour, they can work out for 3 hours and feel as much as they worked out for an hour just because they used pot. Now, the reason why I think it's unfair and it should be illegal as it is because there's athletes out there that can't smoke. They can't use the drug, and the gummies or the edibles, they don't really do the same as the smoke does. So, like, think about it that way. Like, if I played sports and if I was using weed to train, and also even during the game so I can not have to feel whatever, and others couldn't do that, that was playing against, that'd be unfair. I don't think there's ever gonna be a time when every athlete's gonna be able to use it, and that's the only time when something should be fair in a sport is if every athlete has a chance to be able to use it, then it's okay. But with the asthma problems and stuff like that, you can't really have that. Now this is a charity event they're doing. So on the fact that it's a charity event, they don't have to really follow regulation rules. Of course they have to follow, boxing rules, but when it comes down to it, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind if both of them got in that ring stoned. Let's be honest. Because at the end of the day, they're not boxing. They're not. This fight isn't for like a win on their record, which it's going to be still either way. But still, they're supposed to be doing this for charity. At the end of the day, it's a good idea too, because I became a Mike Tyson fan really quickly. Once I found out, like, At first, I thought Mike Tyson was cool because he was strong. You know, he was like the heavyweight champion. That heavyweight champions to me always W in my book. But then I found, you know, when people started telling me, did you know he was so crazy? You know, all these interviews he did and this and that. I watched some interviews and I became an even bigger fan. I was like, holy crap, this guy's a beast. It's funny how people thought that would like make me not be a fan of Mike Tyson, but then next thing you know, I'm looking up. He had these edibles when he was doing his podcast, and they're like little ears that had a chunk taken out of them. You get the point? He bit someone's ear, and not only that, but years later, like a decade later or something, he made edibles of it, a grape flavored and orange flavored. I tried to get me a pack, but they were too expensive, and once they were gone, they were gone. But that's cool that Mike Tyson made something for us like that. And still is, you know, still doing stuff for us, like this match that he's agreeing to with Logan Paul. Logan Paul called him out, and yeah, and he agreed to it, I guess. The cool thing is this has been an idea for like a lot of people wanting to see this for like the past 2 years now, and finally 3 weeks ago they finally made it official where they're like, okay, let's do something with this idea, because they both were down for it. Now we're gonna see an interesting fight, that's for sure. I'm I think it's gonna be a good one because Logan Paul does have the agility to. I think he is going to have the agility to match with Mike Tyson. Now the strength is going to be a whole different story. I think Mike Tyson's going to have double the strength of uh, Logan Paul. That's for sure. And he's going to find that out soon. Like within the first round, he's going to find that out halfway through when he takes a couple of those punches. I'm sure he's going to be like, okay, like I'm pretty sure. Now I think what other people are talking about, that this might be scripted and, you know, a fake fight where it's like they're not going to be actually fighting. I don't think that's going to be the case. We're talking about Mike Tyson here. He's yeah, he's a good actor. He's awesome in movies. But when it comes down to it, he's awesome in movies because he played himself. I'm pretty sure it's not hard for Mike Tyson to be Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And another thing to think about is their heavyweights. We found out from the Boogie 298 versus Wings of Redemption fight that heavyweights, they can't really script a fight when it comes down to it because their punches are heavy. Like you could play along and, you know, act like it, but still I don't think so, because you gotta think about it. When a heavy person throws a punch, they can't like make their punch fake. They're gonna have to follow through with that punch. It's gonna have to connect, because if it don't, it's gonna hurt a lot. When you throw a punch just out in the open as fast and quick as you can, you will pull your shoulder. So you gotta think of it like that. It's not gonna be that easy for them to script the fight even. So I don't think you'd have to worry about a scripted fight. And also, I think, in my opinion, that like Mike Tyson kind of someone had this idea 2 years ago, and so this idea's been like, you know, surfacing here and there, but still Mike Tyson wouldn't take the idea until he felt like, you know, Logan Paul was ready. Logan Paul, he's a boxer, he's a WWE entertainer now. With those two things, you gotta think maybe he can have a good fight. Let's see, my predictions for the fight. I think people are saying it might be a draw, like the second KSI versus Logan Paul fight. I don't think it's gonna come down to a draw though, because when has Mike Tyson ever had a draw fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I said, Mike Tyson, he's a good actor, but he's acting himself. Like I'm pretty sure from Mike Tyson's point of view, this is a boxing match. All right. From Logan Paul's point of view, he's probably thinking a split chance of like maybe we can do something to put on a good show, and I don't have to get as hurt as badly. But yeah, so I think that's the way it's probably being thought of right now by both sides. Thought of being differently, most likely. Whatever the case may be, though, I can't wait for this fight. I'm excited to see Mike Tyson fight. I thought he was done. I thought it was all. I was like, well, that that's a bummer when legends, have to throw in the towel. But honestly, it makes sense why they have to throw in the towel. It's not like you can do a sport as when in your older years or whatever. So that's really cool that we're going to get to see a Mike Tyson fight. And it's going to be live on Netflix, they say. On Netflix live pay per view, right? Is it pay per view? I don't know. It's I guess it's pay per view if you consider buying Netflix, yeah. I mean, but if you got Netflix, you can watch a fight. I don't use Netflix though, so I'm gonna have to find the fight another way. That's for sure. I am gonna find that fight though. That's 100%. I'll make sure I watch that one. But yeah, let me know in the comments below who you think is gonna win the fight. Logan Paul, Mike Tyson. You think it's gonna be draw? You think it's gonna actually? That'd be crazy if they do make it scripted because that'd be the fakest fight ever. Like I said, heavyweights, they can't script fights. If they did, it would be really obvious. So I hope it's not scripted. But yeah, I can see Logan Paul actually lasting like 2 rounds, but I don't think it's gonna be like a long fight, honestly, because that don't make sense if it's gonna be a long fight. If it does, then hey, that's good for us, but still, and also good for the charity. I'm pretty sure, but still, I think it's gonna be at 2 rounds max, 3 rounds if we're lucky, but. And I think it's gonna be it's not gonna be KO. I know for a fact it's not gonna be KO. I never seen a charity match in KO. I seen came close one time, came close to it. A dangerous match, but yeah, I think it's gonna be like by too many knockdowns or something. The referee's gonna call it. I don't know though. Because, like I said, I think Logan Paul has agility to match Mike Tyson, so he might be able to last like a good 4 or 5 rounds. That'd be cool. But that's if he don't take much of the punches. If he, I know once he starts taking those hits from Mike Tyson, he's gonna start hearing the bells. He gonna hear the bell ring before the bell rings. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's my opinion on the Mike Tyson and Logan Paul fight. What do you all think about it? Are you excited for it like I am? Are you not? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to keep being yourself. Stay awesome. And who knows, maybe someday some of you fighters will end up in the ring with a legend of your pick. That'd be awesome. And I'll be talking about it. Hey, I don't know about this one, but